wanted to bring this up because he's got some vendetta against a Kyle Shanahan tree. Matt Lafleur. Anything to do with Kyle Shanahan, he wants to slander. But what's your opinions on the game?
Nah, it is kind of crazy. The fact that you're up 18 and you find a way to like lose it in that way, dude, that's a historical loss. I want you to know that. There's only 3 other teams that came back from 18+ deficit, and the last team to do that was the Patriots in the Super Bowl. And you know who was on the sidelines on that side? Kyle Shanahan and Matt Lafleur. I just want y'all to realize that,
because his coach, he knows by his coach blowing leads. Shit, he don't like it when they blow leads.
That shit is crazy, right? But nah, in all seriousness, I do gotta like say my piece on Matt real quick, because I get it. He's a really good coach, and I get that. But there comes a time where we also say, yeah, he's a good coach. It's a good organization or something. But sometimes shit got to change. They gotta do something, right? Because he in the postseason, he's 3-6 since what's it called? Hold on. Since 21, they've been mediocre. 2022, they missed the playoffs. And you know how in 2020 they added the 7th seed?
Yep.
Okay. Thanks to that, he's made the playoffs the last 3 years because they've been the 7th seed. So technically, without that rule change, and I get that that's a benefit for everyone, but I'm just pointing it in perspective. After, like, if it wasn't for that, he'd missed the playoffs 4 years in a row with essentially a really good roster, right? Mm-hmm. They ever since Micah Parsons went down, they lost 5 games. Out of those 5 games, they went against Baltimore. They lost. They had no business losing that game, in my opinion, realistically. But they did, right? Because I feel like the Packers were better than the Ravens. I don't care who was at quarterback for the Ravens. I don't really give a shit. I don't care who was at quarterback for the Packers. They should have won that game. They lost to Minnesota, bro. They lost to Minnesota.
Yeah, they put up 3
How
points.
are you going in there? Dude, 5. They're 0-5.
Are you talking about playoff losses right now?
No, he's talking about regular season.
They finished the season 0-5, right, including the playoff.
Okay.
They finished it out, right, 0-5.
Buddy, don't forget they lost to the Browns.
That was at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, that was the beginning of the season.
I know. I'm just saying, like, that's another bad loss.
That's what I'm saying.
Tied with Cowboys.
It is a bad loss, and it just comes like, all right, bro, we gotta change it, right? Because the first 3 years he was great, bro. They were the 2nd seed in his first year, and the next 2 years they were the 1st seed, right? Mm-hmm. But they still went out and lost. Regardless, they've never made it past the conference championship game.
That year they were the 7th seed, though, in the playoffs. They upset the Cowboys, the number 2 seed, in the first round.
And then and then they almost beat the 49ers.
Yeah, but they didn't.
Yeah, because CMC.
Yeah.
I don't think his roster – I don't think his rosters have been great, though. I don't think they've ever actually been great. I think he's been able to do a lot more with subpar talent.
And I would just say he's an offensive coach, and their entire problem the last couple of years has been defense letting them down.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what – and also you got to think when he came in, it went from a change. He had Aaron Rodgers his last year, and then it changed into developing a young Jordan Love into a good quarterback.
And they did that smoothly.
And they did. That's what I'm saying. And they did it smoothly. Also, I mean, bro, if their kicker just makes the fucking shits, I understand that's like but if the kicker just makes the field goals, they win that game.
Yeah, but there's
no doubt about
there's play calls that he has to do to keep him on the field, for one. And then 2, bro, clock management, it's really bad, bro. Like it really showed in this last game. It's really bad. How do you not call in a timeout, right? Where on a play where you need to get a first down and shit. I can't remember exactly because I'm thinking also about the Eagles. That's another thing I was
about to say they called their last timeout with like 44 seconds left because they had a big gain and then they knew that they were going to waste too much time, so he called a timeout. So they used their last timeout with like 44 seconds left.
I hear you. He definitely did get out coached by Ben Johnson's game. I'll give you that one because he did blow a lead, so that does go on the coaching. But yeah, I don't think it's time to panic and fire him. I'd at least give him one more season because you did say he went 0-5, but they did lose Micah Parsons. That's a huge loss. It's not like you're losing like a random. You're losing an all-pro talent.
No, I get that, and I'm not trying to like downsize his loss, right? Because like obviously for me, when they got him, they were my favorite to go to the Super Bowl, right? However, you still like to lose 0-5 to end your season is insane, no matter what, realistically. Especially the teams that you kind of play.
There's context, man.
Especially the teams that you play. How are you losing to Minnesota, bro?
Well, your starting QB was out for 2 games.
I get that,
but
you got Malik Willis, bro. We were out here talking about how Malik Willis is about to
Malik Willis looked good.
Malik
did
look good. Exactly. So you should have won with him, bro.
Coach
you know what I'm saying?
Coach him, put Malik Willis in position to – every time Malik Willis has been in, they've won games pretty much.
They lost to the Ravens again because they have no defense. They have no defensive line. That's what they said. Because they got rid of Rashawn Gary for Micah Parsons, and then Micah Parsons went down. So that's two of their best players gone off the line that was already struggling. Mm-hmm. So that's a taped together defensive line. So obviously that's why Derrick Henry went off for 300 yards or whatever it was that game. But I mean, like I said, he's an offensive minded coach. So I think the only thing that you can look at for him is obviously he makes the decisions on DC and stuff like that. Yeah. But their offense has been nothing but good / spectacular in the last couple of years. Now, as a head coach, it might be a problem because he's not making the right defensive moves, I guess. But then again, like I said, they made the right one by getting Micah Parsons, and then he unfortunately tore his ACL.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't hold him to that standard. And like I said, dude, these kickers are fucking shit up.
McManus kickers are bad, bro.
You just had to make one field goal, man, like just one of them, and they wouldn't have been in that situation at all. But unfortunately, that's not what happened. And
you think it looks worse though on them too because it was against the Bears, too.
Exactly. Well, that's another thing, right? Because it's not.
They're not used to losing to the Bears like that.
It's not even just the Bears, Maya, right? Obviously, it adds a little more of a sting because it is a divisional rival, but it's also like. On top of that, it's an 18-point deficit.
Yeah, and a team that they've owned for years.
That you just lost, right? To get a first-round exit. I'm not saying they should, right now fire, but it's also, it's his last year, right? It's his last year, and the notification came out that they're going to work out a deal and stuff like that, but I don't know if they are really. I could see them just cutting the marriage and going to get Harbaugh because they have ties.
They're going to leave someone who can't win in the playoffs to get another person who's been losing in the playoffs.
I get it, but that's what's coming out. I mean, you could do it because he's a historic coach and everything like that, which I'm on the same boat with you. I kind of don't. I would have like a head scratcher, right? Because it's like you do have a point. He hasn't won anything. Yeah. Let's see, he's a Super Bowl winning coach. I get that.
A while ago.
Yeah. He hasn't done much since. So it's like more like if they do that, they would get killed in media and everything like that if they go with the young coach. But if they do decide to let Matt go, I'll say go give another coach a chance, like a younger coach, not go with Harbaugh because recently he hasn't done anything. So I kind of understand why they're kind of interested in Harbaugh, but I wouldn't really fully support it in my opinion.
I'll take Matt LaFleur.
I would too. I think he gets hired immediately, and he should. He should, right? It's just like, but there's also like, bro, you got to do better, bro, because you've had pretty good teams recently, in my opinion. And to be a first round exit every year, be a 7th seed every year, like you can't win. You tell me you can't win your division, bro.
Unfortunately, that's what it's come down to. It's a sad thing that he can't end up winning, but like I said, I think it's just a series of unfortunate events for him. And unfortunately, that's how it's panned out. And sometimes players make coaches, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. So if you have nobody on the defense side of the ball and they would tend to let you down, that's just how the cookie crumbled.
So you're saying, do you think they should extend him or no? Just point at that.
There's no way you just brought all this to attention.
I say no. I really do say no. Don't extend him because he only has one more year. I'm usually on if they are not performing during their contract that they're on now, made them ride it out the last year. Show me in your last season that I should extend you.